Welcome to my room of knowledge. I am Matt Solnick. This feels good. This feels nice and relaxing. I'm really excited to do this video because it's just gonna be a chill time. I am primarily a video producer. I do photography as well. I do a decent amount of photography, especially in the fashion world. A lot of more Instagram style. And I've been doing this for 4 years now, and I just got into using presets like a month or two ago. We're talking about Mastin Labs today, and this is a company that it is like the gold standard of presets, especially in the wedding portrait community, fine art, I don't know. This is just, I've spent like hours and hours and hours just consuming all kinds of reviews, Mastin Labs tutorials, listening to a lot of Kirk Mastin, who I'm a huge fan of, and I'm a huge fan of their whole process with this pack. I'm gonna pull up Lightroom as we're talking here. It seems like Kirk Mastin and his team took a lot of time emulating film. That is the special thing about this, is it's supposed to like really give you a film look in an easy 3-step process that they have. I want to keep this kind of like live, chill, just editing. You know, this is not sponsored. I don't even know if I'm gonna like these presets, honestly. I really tried to do my research and make sure that I was buying something that I knew I would like. I kind of have some concerns because I don't do photography in the way that this is necessarily made for. I have a range of photos. I don't think I've ever edited light and airy, so this is gonna be a first for me. I will be using the Mastin Labs Fujifilm Original preset pack, specifically the Fuji 400H preset. That's like their flagship preset, I'm pretty sure. And we're gonna try it out. This was a fashion portrait for Ellie Tahari. I'm so concerned that this is not going to look good because this is not light and airy. This does not meet the criteria. I like how that looks. That looks very filmic. Okay, so this is definitely gonna be blue versus neutral. Let's start with the neutral. Okay, I like how this looks. So it's, you do your preset and then you do your white balance. Honestly, I think the white balance looks pretty spot on. I've been watching so much of their videos, and they say go to the skin tone, edit for the skin. Even without using Mastin Labs, just watching their tutorials I felt was very helpful for my editing process. So I love the skin tone already. I think it's pretty good to go. So then I'm not gonna change the white balance. Man, I see some magenta in her skin and I kind of like it. I'll make it a little bit greener just to see. Okay, just a little bit down is nice. That looks good. Kirk Mastin's style and the style that this preset pack is used for, where it's super bright, I actually don't like to have my exposure set that high. I know he's kind of made fun of how there's this trend of having darker photos, but this seems pretty, I think this was one and done. Lens corrections, some grain. I might be spending too much time on this. I think it's good. So if I want to soften the highlights, I do that, but I like them. I actually do like the harder. So if I do that and then I just bring the highlights down a little bit, before, after. Honestly, this is one of my favorite photos, so I don't think it needed that much. Let's move on to, this was me spring break last year in Hawaii, and this and the previous photo were shot on, oh, that looks nice. The sky's blown out. This was shot on Panasonic GH5, which is a micro four thirds camera. That looks so nice already. Thank God. I didn't think this would really work with my photos, but it's not bad. This is kind of a moodier shot, as was the previous one. It's a little busy. I know he says it should be really plain for this to work as well as possible. Definitely more daylight. Yeah, I'm gonna do daylight. Maybe even a little bit more orange. The skin's definitely a little bit green. Yeah. I'm gonna magenta it a little bit, but not much. I'm not as satisfied with how it looks here, and I think I'm gonna do like all soft. I like soft. This photo is like not meant for this preset. It's okay. I would do a different edit on it. I think this kind of shot is more fitting to have kind of that classic teal and orange travel film-ish look. I know that might be a little cliche or overdone, but I feel like that just looks so beautiful on it. It looks a little filmic. I like how the like blacks are crushed, but like I'm not a fan of how this looks here. And I feel like these results could be done without the preset pretty easily. But it wasn't meant for that. Okay. Wait, he said change exposure. Maybe I'll try that. It wasn't meant to be. Mastin Labs did release a whole kind of tutorial on what are the best conditions for this preset pack, and this one fits more of those conditions. It's much more neutral, a lot of just plain whites. There's some vegetation, and his outfit is not too crazy. It's just like a white shirt and dark pants with a cool splash. So I think this is going to be good. I like that a lot. What's the blue one do? I don't know what the difference is. Not a fan of 160. I'm checking out the other presets here. I kind of like the 800Z, but let's try the neutral one. So we'll do that. Just exposure, brighten it up a bit. Oh yeah, I haven't been making it bright and airy. Let me see what the other ones look like if I just make it super bright. I don't know. I know he's into it. I'm just not as into the super exposed look. Yeah, that's nice, I guess. I kind of prefer a little darker. To each their own. That one's just not gonna work. But this one, I think this one's good. Okay, so then like white balance it. I'm gonna be posting this in the Mastin Labs group, so if you're from there, please let me know how I can be more effective with my edits and make my photos look better. I like that cloudy look. It looks like it's like a cool like vintage stylized kind of feel to it. Is it too green? Okay. Skin tones is where I feel like I have my own subjective taste for what skin tones should look like, and I feel like it might be different from other people. This looks pretty spot on to me, and I can just totally imagine him being like, oh, there's too much magenta, or like, oh, it's too green, and that's too green. Is this right? That's my question. I know it's very much your own, like this is a subjective art, but I would like to know what other people are thinking. So any feedback is welcome. I'm always trying to improve and learn and get better, which is the same thing as improve. Maybe he would make it bright. What would Kirk Mastin do? Damn, that's kind of light and airy, I think. Lens correction. I think this was GH5 also. A lot of these are taken, I was shooting GH5 for a long time. I switched to a Sony A7 III, which is what this is filming on, but yeah, let's do a little bit of grain. I like it. The only thing is, I feel like I would like go in and want to change more about it. I want it more contrasty. I know it's not as like light and airy. Like I would want to like go in and add some, oh, that's kind of cool with that exposure. Not that much, but do that, like pop the clarity a little bit. It's a little warm, but I could lower it down. Am I spending too much time on these? I don't know. It's good, it's good. It's just like, I feel like, how do I make it better? I can't tell. I'm always so critical of my work also. So like, I don't know if somebody else would look at it and be like, oh, that's great, that's perfect. I always feel like there's more to do. Okay, moving on. I like how it looks there. I'm satisfied with the preset for there. Another picture of my friend Nico from Hawaii. This is definitely a moodier picture, which is not the light and airy feel, which is not what this preset pack is intended to really work with. Am I saying that every time? I'm interested to see how this looks. I like that. I like that. It's not light and airy, but I like it. Man. So also with these preset packs, apparently it's like adjusting like 80 different micro settings, and you can really stretch your exposure and manipulate your image, and it'll change and conform to what you're doing, which is not the same as a lot of other preset packs that really fall apart when you start playing around with it after you apply. So let's see, how dark can we make it? How bright can we make it? It doesn't look like it's falling apart. I love it. That's so funny. I really thought that this would not work, and I am so happy with how this looks. Am I not adjusting skin tones enough? I look at this and I think that's great. I do like cloudy a little bit more. I wouldn't apply that preset because it looks like it's too much. I'll try it and I'll just make it a little bit more blue. And it's probably, I didn't shoot on auto, but it's just like all that green is probably tinting it a little bit. So I'm gonna compensate by going magenta, a little bit more blue. Sorry, look at the skin tone. Sorry, Kirk Mastin. It's a little green still. Now it's too magenta. That looks right. I'm gonna cool it off a little bit more. His skin is looking a little pink. Greener. I feel like Kirk would be okay with it. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm actually going to make that Instagram sized. I'm gonna export it. Post this. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. The thing about this picture is it is absolutely underexposed. And apparently with these preset packs, you're supposed to be able to really pull it and apply it to something that's overexposed, underexposed, and it'll still look good. So, and if this was properly exposed, I think this would be perfect for the preset pack because it's more plain, there's vegetation. I know it's not greens, it's like pink cherry blossoms, but this feels fitting for a light and airy photo, which is rare for me to have taken. I was late to like film. I wanted to go do a photo shoot and it was sunset already. Okay, I'm applying it. It looks super dark. It looks terrible. Raising exposure. Wow. That's how Kirk Mastin likes his photos. Perfect. I think it's really good. I'm honestly surprised that it looks like this. Laura, you are welcome. I like it in the other styles too. I think it's fitting for both of those. Soften the highlights maybe? All soft? This feels like a very soft photo. There's no real direct sunlight. It's already soft. I'm not gonna soften it anymore. If anything, I'd like the highlights a little bit up like that, but once again, I think the white balance is fine. I don't know. Maybe a little warmer, but it was sunset. This was blue hour, so I'm not gonna like escape the fact that this is what the colors were. It doesn't need more grain. It was already grainy because it was so dark. Great. Next. Beautiful shot. Oh my God. What emotion from these subjects. What a statement about society. Light and airy. This is gonna be light and airy. I always shoot in the city. It's always usually pretty moody or Instagrammy. I love when like you're in a field and it's like green or it's like a meadow and it just feels like this fantasy world. A friend once told me, Matt, you love a bitch in a field. And it's so true. Here we have two bitches in a field. I love this photo. Neutral. Great. Oh, we are getting airy. We're getting light and airy. Kirk Mastin might think that's okay. I think it's like, I want the detail. I don't like it so bright. I'm making fun of Kirk a lot, but I think he's great and shiny. Maybe that's why he likes things overexposed. I'm gonna drop it down a little bit. I'm gonna lower the highlights. Sue me. It's too blue. I want it warmer. But like, I like the little pink in their skin. I'm gonna raise that. I'm gonna make it a little bit more magenta-y. I'm gonna add vibrance. Like, yeah, that's popping more. I like to have that saturation. I know he says like, don't go and change stuff, but I think that looks better. I might go into HSL, being a rebel, and just drop the blue a little bit so it's not as distracting. I love desaturated greens, I'm sorry. Call me basic. Call me a basic Hawaii bitch. I think that looks really cool, but I'm not gonna do that. Just to keep it a little bit more natural. So this is a very stylized edit. I'm just gonna go back real quick. I'm gonna reset this picture. I actually like how 800Z looks on this because it's just a little bit more pop of color and contrast, which just feels a little bit better. You know, pour one out for Kirk Mastin by raising that exposure. No, that's not my thing. I'll lower the highlights. Just, yeah. Daylight, give it a little bit of. I'm gonna do this manually. It's a little too cold, I think. Gonna make it a little bit warmer. I like where their skin tone's at. It's a little magenta-y. Maybe I'll make it a little bit greener. I think that's done. I think that's done. Moving on. Another moody picture. I don't know if it'll work for this. This doesn't seem light and airy. It was like a kind of gloomy day, gloomy vibe with the umbrella. Looks good. Looks cool. Sweet. Sick. 160N looks pretty nice there. I do love that Fujicolor 800Z. I don't want it to be quite that intense. Wait, can I apply? So I have a plugin called the fader, and it allows you to apply like percentages of your preset. Ooh, I'm doing it. Don't yell at me, I'm doing it. I'm gonna apply Fujicolor Original at like 50%. I bet this is gonna throw off his like whole mathematical system of like these other tabs because it's set to like work with that one specific thing. I don't care. I'm doing it bright. You know what? I'm not gonna be a rebel. I'm just going standard. Let's make it bright. It doesn't really work for this. It's cloudy. I just don't like how this is looking. I don't like how this is looking. It doesn't work for that. You know, you can't have it all. But we move on. This is Jack Conte. He is the CEO of Patreon. I am such a fan of his work. I took a picture of him for Initialized Capital, which is a venture capital company. I love Patreon. Let's edit his face. This is not what this is meant for. This is not what these presets are meant for. And you can tell. This doesn't look great. You might as well just like pop up your saturation and contrast. I don't like how this is looking. I'll try it. It's not terrible. It feels like this feels very like Instagram edit in like not a good way. It feels very, I don't know, this is very stylistic in a way of stuff that I feel like is kind of amateur. Maybe it's because of all the colors on his shirt. It just feels a little too neon. It doesn't feel very refined. If he were wearing a suit, it might feel a little bit more refined, but Maybe it's just that like casual playfulness of his outfit that's making me feel like this is more of a casual photo. But I love this photo in black and white. I know Mastin Labs, they have like a whole black and white preset pack. I'd love to try that on this. This might work. This feels light, feels like a vibe, some might say. California beach, Venice Beach, my first time there. I think it's gonna work here. Ooh, yeah. I like how that looks. It's just simple. It's not too much. I have to be honest though. Once again, this isn't sponsored. I'm giving my true thoughts. I look at this and I think I could do this easily without a preset, probably. I feel like it's good, but this is not where the preset shines. But it looks nice. It doesn't look like I would pay $90 to be able to do this. Let's make it more light and airy. It's simple, it's clean. Soften it up maybe. I don't know, I kind of like the soft look. This whole picture feels very smooth to me. Do lens corrections, do you think? This is now on my A7 III. Yeah, it's a little bit. Definitely want some grain on this one. Before and after. Looks nice, maybe it's like a little bit too green. I don't know, once again, I think I'm doing white balance improperly maybe. I don't know, it looks nice. It doesn't really make this preset pack seem that special. That's not bad. I liked it before I did that white balance stuff. Anyway, final picture, Alexis himself. Here he is. I have to be honest, I bought this preset pack and I put it on this photo and I thought, damn, it's not that great. Did I just waste my money? And I didn't, because if I shot specifically for these presets, it would be awesome. And I'm not sure I do as much photography as I was hoping I would do that is fitting for these presets. So here, we'll see how this looks. And I looked at this picture before I bought the preset pack and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Look at the vegetation, it's this open landscape. I don't think any of these look that great on it. Maybe 160 NS. We'll do 400H at first. Make it light and airy. Maybe it's a little better than I thought. I just don't think this looks that great. Like trees are falling. Maybe it's supposed to be a little bit moodier. This isn't like... this beautiful high art kind of look. I do think I nailed my white balance there, maybe to the level that Kirk Mastin would be proud of. My boy. I'm gonna go with 160. I just don't think this looks that great. I don't know. It looks nice. It just doesn't look incredible. I'm not blown away. The preset packs were not worth it if it was like this photography that I was doing for like this shot. Damn, that's a sad note to end on. I don't want to end on like such a negative note. It is worth it if you're shooting in the style that it is most fitting for. I'm honestly not sure if I bought the best pack for me, but in terms of what I shoot regularly, which tends to be a little bit more kind of like moody lifestyle, Instagram, there's a little bit of travel in there every now and then, but it's often in cities. Maybe I should have gotten another preset pack, I don't know, but I don't regret it. Once again, despite the colors and whatever, how this looked, I so respect the care they give in creating this pack. Yeah, let me know your feedback on what you think of these photos, if you enjoyed this series. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Matt Solnick. That is where I post most consistently. cool fashion work, traveling around the country, some cool drone stuff. I'm trying to get in the YouTube swing. I'm doing it more. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for joining me. I hope this room of knowledge filled you with some knowledge, and have a happy quarantine. Check out that video that just popped up if you want some more from me. But yeah, signing off in my cactus shirt.